Hello everyone, I'm Kat with Artisan Designs by Kat. Today I'm here with a friend, Maggie, and we're going to be making some soaps. What we're going to do is we are going to use the same recipe, different fragrances, and the same type of swirl technique. We're going to do a base, then we're going to do an in the pot swirl, swirl those up, and then we're going to do the base on top again. And we're going to see how two different soapers come up from the same recipe and just see how different it looks. We're going to use a little bit different methods in our swirling. I'm going to use my IV pole hanger thingy, and she's probably going to use a spoon. I'm not really sure. We'll let her tell whenever she's doing it. Anyway, just enjoy. Thank you.
Hi everybody, this is Maggie from Serenity Bay Body and Bath, and I'm soaping today with Kat Atkinson from Artisan Designs by Kat, and we're gonna be doing the same exact recipe but with different fragrance oils and different colors, and we're gonna be doing an in the pot swirl and then an in the mold swirl. So that is the plan. And my lye is at 80 and my oils are at 91, so that's what we're going with. Okay, gonna be loud because I'm gonna stick blend. Burp it. Get all the air bubbles out. This recipe goes fast, so you don't have to stick blend a lot. A I'm just going to try to go to emulsion, and I'll stop there, but can still see some oil floating on the top. So. A few more, I think. Okay, that looks emulsified to me.
Notice how neat and clean Maggie is.
I know. I'm freaky people about that kind of stuff, so. You see I have wax paper all over the tables and my paper towels and all that. And I'm a clean as I go person, so excuse me.
I'm a clean after.
Yes. Some people just are so much better at that stuff than I am. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll stir my fragrance oil in. This is Cucumber Melon by Nurture. And it's great. It's really a real strong smell. So I'm using 6% of my total oil weight for my fragrance oil. I'm just going to hand stir that in. This is a really easy to work with fragrance oil, so you can go ahead and put it in. You don't really have to worry about it accelerating or anything. It works really well. So if you want a slow moving fragrance oil, this is a good one. Cucumber Melon from Nurture. Nurture Soap Supplies. So I'm going to pour my colorants in now to do my in the pot swirl. Okay? Okay. So that's going to be one color. I'll move it out of the way for a minute. And this will be the part that I'll do the in the pot swirl for. that looks good. I'm just eyeballing it. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do the green for the major part and the orange for the in the pot swirl. Can you?
I'm going to scoop this just.
Can you pause me? Cause I.
Wait a second.
Okay, so I'm gonna mix my orange, and this is Orange Vibrance by Nurture, and all of their Vibrance micas are great. I have the whole set of their Vibrance micas, and somebody had asked me, they were living in the UK, and they were looking for colorants, and it was going to be obviously expensive to ship, and so I was giving them, you know, different ideas, and they said, okay, if you could only pick one place, where would you go? And I said, I think you can never go wrong with Nurture Vibrance colors. So they're some of my favorite. They're very true to color. They don't tend to fade. Okay, so I'm going to move this out and then bring in my green.
And Maggie, can you tell us how many colorants you said you had?
I have 3. This look.
But I meant total. How
3.
many different colors do you have?
Oh, my micas.
Yes.
54.
We're talking about addictions.
I don't have a fragrance oil addiction like a lot of people do,
Right.
though. But not at all. I don't have many fragrance oils. But actually, that was appalling when I found that out. When I realized.
It's awesome. That's why I came. Just so I could see.
I didn't, you know, I was just like looking through my colors to see what I had for getting ready for fall and Christmas stuff, and I wound up counting them, and I was, oh my God.
That's awesome. It's awesome.
That's out of control. That's so out of control.
Okay, so newbie soapers, you see what you have to look forward to.
So see, you can kind of see there. It's at thin trace right now, and so I'm gonna move this out and then bring my main pot back in and get my white in. I'll probably have to stick blend this some. We'll see. I'm thinking yes. But that's fine, because with the in the pot swirl followed by the in the mold swirl, you kind of want, you know, a medium trace. So it'll be fine if I need to stick blend this in a little bit. And I think I'm going to do that just to be sure, because I've had it before where I thought my TD was mixed in good and then found out it wasn't. So let me just grab a stick blender real quick. And there again, you can see we're, you know, at trace. So, and it'll thicken up a lot. This recipe has 10% cocoa butter in it, so it does tend to trace rather quickly. That's why it's good to, you know, soap at the lower temperatures. If I was to be doing this at 120 degrees, it would be unworkable with this recipe. So
no addicts in East Texas.
Right. Okay, so let me grab my mold and get it here.
Why don't you do the in the pot swirl? Or are you going to mix these two?
Well, I was going to let this set up just a little bit, so. And then.
Well, listen to me trying to tell me. Forgive me,
That's okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's a good, you know, just
I'm
good
a very
idea
bad
as any. So nothing wrong with doing it like that. I was just gonna try to make sure, you know, get this flattened down and give it a chance to thicken up just a little bit. So now I will bring that back in and do my in the pot swirl.
Awesome.
Stir everything back up here. And I'm going to have some extras, so it may not wind up using all of it. This mold holds 50 ounces, and I think I did my recipe for, I can't remember exactly, 55 or something like that. So I'll put, you know, extra in some little sample size molds. So I'm just going to do 12, 3, 6, and 9. So 12, 3, and I'm trying to do it high so it'll break through it in there. 6, I'm obviously clock challenged. I don't think I'm doing 12, 3, 6, and 9, but it'll work out. So I'm going to save that little bit because I'll probably have extra. And so all I'm going to do is just go from 12, 3, 6, and then through the middle and back one more time. And that's why in the pot swirl, I always tend to overdo it and then wind up with a muddy thing. So I'm stopping, believe it or not. So let me just make sure this will, yeah, that's hardened up a little bit. And so I'm going to pour this, and I'm going to try to kind of pour it low. Let me get my orange out of the way so I don't knock it over. Just, we are going to do an in the mold swirl, but I want to have, I don't want it to break through. I want the in the mold swirl to be my choice, not have it already break through. So let me just scrape this out.
It's already looking awesome.
Thank you. And I scrape my bowls because, not because I'm like frugal or anything, it's because the more I can get out, the less I have to clean.
I agree with that one.
That's the reason I do it, not necessarily because I can't stand wasting an ounce of soap. I just don't want to have to clean out an extra ounce of soap. Alright, so that's in the pot part. Let me pound that down. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use just the handle of a regular wooden spoon, and I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom and just do an in the mold swirl. So just like this. And get some of that white in there. That's that part. And you pound it back down again. And clean this up just a little bit so for the white. In fact, let me grab a craft stick real quick. This is, I saw this on YouTube from somebody who did it like this. I was like, oh, that makes it so nice and even. It's much better than
That's a great idea.
trying to do it with a towel, because I sometimes make it even worse if I'm trying to do it with a towel. So, but I don't want that to get mixed into my top, which is going to be the all white. So that's why I'm scraping it a little bit, just to be sure. Okay. A bit more. Just be sure. Okay, and now I'm going to go in with my white, the rest of my white, and hopefully you can see it's thickened up. I mean, TD always does that anyway, but that's perfectly fine, because that's kind of what we want anyway. So I don't want it falling through. So, and Kat has never worked with this recipe before. This is my recipe, so she's getting a chance to kind of see how it behaves, because it does have quite a bit of palm and cocoa butter in it, so it will move a little bit on you. That's why I do it at lower temperatures. If I was doing this at 120, I'm an old lady. There's no way I could move fast enough. I forgot, well, I got impatient one time and soaked at like, I don't know, 110 or something. And it'd been so long, I forgot how much that extra heat really adds. You know, how much quicker it makes everything move. And I'm telling you, I don't know, I think I had 4 colors or something like that. And I could not move fast enough. Just that extra heat. Try to get it even out. Well, I eyeballed all this. I did fairly good for eyeballing.
Awesome.
Alright. That rarely happens. When I just eyeball stuff, I wind up with not enough, which is the worst. I'd rather have too much than not enough. But I mean, it doesn't really matter, you know, how thick you have each layer. You can do it however you want. Do your own amounts. Okay, I think that's that for the TD. So let me just kind of spread it out here some. I don't know. What do you think? Glitter or no?
Oh, glitter or no glitter?
Decisions.
Oh.
It's always a tough one. Well, I've got some rainbow glitter ordered, and I wish I had.
It shuts off sometimes. Okay.
I don't think the iridescent glitter is going to really even show that much against the white.
Right.
So I think I'm going to go with no glitter for this. And maybe just grab a spoon and try to texture it a little bit on the top. Because I don't even want to do, you know, put some more orange or anything on there, because the primary color is going to be the lower 2/3. So I want this to be just pretty plain, but I can texture it a little bit at least. So it's not so boring looking. Not just a flat white top with nothing going on. But if I had a different glitter, colored glitter, other than just the regular iridescent, I might put some on there to help kind of give it something more on the top. So how are we looking?
Oh, we're looking good.
Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to kind of go in the middle and
I'm nowhere near as eloquent in the...
add some divots. Well, that's why I say you kind of want this to be at a medium trace. Otherwise, all your colors are just going to break through to each other. So I don't like to stick blend any more than I have to normally, but in this case, since I have a fragrance oil that behaves so well, it's not an issue. Okay, I think I'm just going to go back one more time and wipe my green off.
And can you tell us what your company's name again is?
Oh, Serenity Bay Body and Bath. Thank you. So, I'm going to just use my craft stick again and wipe this off, and then I'll get my rubbing alcohol, and spray it with the rubbing alcohol. I put mine on a heating pad. it does not, mine will not gel without some added heat. So, not, unless I have a fragrance oil that really heats it up, or, you know, I'm using milk or something like that. It will heat it up on its own. But on its own, like this, with a good behaving fragrance oil, it will not gel without me forcing it. So I put it on the heating pad and I did a ton of experiments, you know, to try to avoid getting glycerin rivers. And with this particular mold, 15 minutes on low on the heating pad with it covered up is what seems to work for me. So let me grab the alcohol. Okay, I'm ready. Tell me when.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so let me just give it a spritz of this 91% rubbing alcohol. And that's it, folks. And we'll cut it tomorrow. And oh, I forgot to mention, my sodium lactate is in my oils. I do a percentage of my oils in, so it's in my oils. I don't actually put it in my lye water. So I do have sodium lactate in there to help it harden up a little bit. So we'll unmold it tomorrow and cut it and show you guys what it looks like. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, Maggie. Okay, we're back again. A little delay. Maggie's here with me, and you're going to hear her commentary. She is, her job right now is to make sure my camera does not go out and I do not forget my fragrance or color. Because that is what I tend to do.
It can happen.
It
has happened to everybody at one point.
All the time. And so I'm going to tell you right now, my lye is a little bit warmer. We're close to 100 on it. My oils are more room temperature, East Texas, but we are not in a superheated home, so it's okay. It's room temperature. I'm going to pour my lye into the oils.
And so you kind of saw on mine, since you haven't used this recipe before, like how much stick blending I had to do
Right.
to get, but you may have a little bit more heat with the...
Yeah, it'll probably move a little bit faster. I'm going to assume, is that out of the way there? See what it looks like here. Always use your protective gear, because this is where you'll get it, in the eye, or on the foot, or somewhere. Just gonna stick blend for a few seconds with my trusty dusty pink Cuisinart. Just trying to get an emulsified state. I can feel it getting a little bit thicker in there. We're getting there. See the color change? Can you see it up there, Maggie?
I can.
Up there on the ceiling?
Yeah.
Okay.
I still don't see a little bit of oil.
Yeah, Maggie's up there on the ceiling trying to help me out here. Kind of here. This is where usually I'll add in my fragrance because I'm always scared
Yeah.
that I'm going to lose it. Because I'll be all happy and I'll look down and there's my fragrance oil sitting as pretty as can be, along with probably one color that I didn't use. I am using Energy Fragrance Oil from, where was it, Maggie?
Wholesale Supplies Plus, WSP.
Okay, and it smells, I mean, I was explaining to her, to me it smells like Sunkist soda. It smells so good. Okay, getting just in an emulsified state here. I kind of want to just leave it here because I'm going to pour it into another bowl and then I'll mix up more as I need. I'm trying to learn from Maggie being all neat and careful with this stuff. I'm not so much that. Usually I'm hiding it under my camera. Okay, so this is going to be my in the pot swirl amount. Oh, that's a little more than I wanted. Okay, no, maybe not. And then this is going to be my second color. Now, like Maggie, we're going to do a base color, and then we're going to do, this is the base color, we're going to do this as the in the pot swirl. And I'm going to put titanium dioxide, and I'm going to put aqua, what was it, Maggie?
Did you use the Aqua Pearl? Aqua Pearl by Brambleberry.
Okay, and that's what I'm going to use, and I don't know if you can see this wonderful color. Can you see it there, Maggie?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
It's
awesome.
shimmery.
And I'm going to use titanium dioxide for my white. I'm going to use my activated charcoal for the black. So I'm going to have my in the pot swirl, my in the pot swirl is going to be black and white. My base color is going to be this beautiful aqua. And let's get this moving. Okay. It's already trying to set a little. So let me move on, moving on. Don't ask me how much on the activated charcoal, I just used some. And on this beautiful aqua, I used some, and then I poured it out on the counter, some of it too, so I'm not exactly sure how much I used on that. These wonderful colors should probably be all over my shirt, but I don't know how I did that. But I'm going to mix this. Oh, that's beautiful. See the color? That is gorgeous. And you know what I just did?
What?
I used my base color and put it in here.
Oh, that's right. You're going to have to change up. Now, this is going to have to be...
Well, guess what?
Okay, you're going to make that your base still?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There you go.
Adapt.
Smart woman. Smart woman. Thinking on her feet.
Adapt and conquer. Okay. So now, let's just do this. Nothing goes as planned when you're filming. And you think you've got it all, and then you just really mess it up. Because it's, normally I would use the titanium dioxide as the base color. But I'm not doing that this time. Here's the activated charcoal. Look how black that is.
That is a
It's
gun.
white.
I've never used it, so
Yeah.
now I know. I have a good example of what it looks like.
And then I'm going to use my white. Let me get this where I can see it here. Can you see that okay?
Yes.
Okay. Plenty of titanium dioxide going in there, and it is already setting up well. So. Which is fine, because we're going to pour it a little bit thicker on the base and let it set. I'm going to, okay, it looks like it's actually doing what I want it to do here, which is always a nice surprise. Very good recipe, Maggie.
Thank you. And we'll see when you cut it if you still feel the same.
Oh, I'm sure I will. I'm sure I will. I'm just going to set this mess right here in front of me. Okay. And just like Maggie, 12. 6. Well, whatever that one is, 9. 3. I'm not sure. I'm going upside down. And the other one. And then I put a little dollop in the middle. Let it go in there. think you only live once. Go big or go home. So I'm going to swirl around and then through. Do you see that heart?
Oh, yeah. Very good.
That may be the best pretty picture you get of this whole soap, but we'll see.
Nice.
Okay, so I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to get my trusty dusty Essential Depot soap mold, and I'm going to put in the base color. Save some.
Can you scoot this end of your mold out just that? No. Yeah, there you go.
There?
Perfect.
Okay. I'm going to tap it down. Get it everywhere. Now, because of how much I poured in here, I'm going to have a little bit more shallower base, I think, than Maggie had. We'll see. I want you to notice
That'll
the
be different. That's
mess
good.
that I'm making that Maggie didn't make.
I don't know about that.
Okay. So, base is in. Set this over here under the way. Try to do it this way. See if I don't end up with a gray gloopy mess. Maggie told me to stop, and I thought she meant stop pouring, but my camera, the way it works, it tends to stop on its own for some reason. You probably see a lot of YouTubers out there doing that. I'm gonna save. I think we actually have a good amount. Mine's going to be a tall soap, so we're good. All right. I'll put the rest of this in a different mold. Still see that, Maggie?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like some sort of licorice something. I don't know.
It's going to look good with that aqua color, though.
Okay, so now we're doing the swirl. I did get my fragrance in. I'm excited about that. I'm going to use my IV pole hanger thingy. I'm probably going to end up with a beautiful shade of gray in the middle of all this, but oh well. The way you conceive it is totally different from what it occurs sometimes.
Can I use your phone? Or is it?
Your purse.
Okay. No, I'm going to kind of do this and just ruin it all. Just to make sure I get the aqua mixed in. Okay. So, I'm going to set this over here. Drop down. Looks really pretty, I think.
Mm-hmm.
See an eyeball right there.
There you Yeah, oh, I see it.
Awesome, that thing's staring at me. Last time I had scary old woman faces on mine looking at me. It was kind of weird. So, just kind of float it on top as it sinks a little bit below. The only thing I can say about this is the wire does keep it stable, but it gets in your way a little bit too. So,
2:45 right now, and you said you're gonna be 10 minutes before you get here.
we are just lapping it in here.
If you need to go straight to the school, that's fine. Okay, just let me know. Alright, let me know.
Almost done. This is the boring part, watching me get it out of a bowl and try to put it in another container and into another container and into another container. So in the end you end up with 50,000 bowls that you have to wash or throw away. Okay. I can't see too well from that side. Am I getting it in this corner?
Yeah,
Okay.
you need to get the other corner though.
Yeah. One around here.
There you go.
Okay. So, there's that. I'm not going to have as floofy a top. It's kind of softer, I think, right now than what Maggie's was. I'm just going to go with these kind of things here. See how much more of a mess I can make. That's kind of my plan. I didn't give it enough time to totally set up as much. It smells so good. I love these fragrances. If I didn't watch myself, I'd end up with 54 fragrances.
I think people have 150.
Right?
I don't know where they store them all.
If you think you're getting into soaping to save money, do not delude yourself. It's not going to happen. Apocalyptic. This is saving for my homestead. I guess if you render your own tallow and do all of that, then I guess you could. But really, it's not the oils per se that's so costly. It's your micas, your fragrance oils, the glitters and the glams. That's what's going to cost you so much money. And okay, I'm just going to live with that.
It looks good.
Not frou-frou
Pretty.
fancy, but it smells good at least. Kind of tap down just a little bit. And the thing that we're going to watch for now is to see how Maggie's turns out and how mine turns out, and see what two different creators can do with the same recipe, just with the way that they envision the colors.
Two different fragrance oils,
fragrance
two
oils.
different colors, but the exact same
Recipe.
and,
Yes.
and the exact same swirl. In the pot swirl combined with an in the mold swirl.
Right. And as y'all saw, we did the base, and then we did the in the pot swirl, and then we did
Then the mold.
we did the swirled part, and then we put the top on of the base color. So let's see in the comments. I want to see y'all do it. How did yours turn out? And compare to ours, and we'll just share some pictures. Okay, once again, I'm Kat with Artisan Designs by Kat, and this is Maggie with,
Serenity Bay Body and Bath.
okay, 2-for-1 deal tonight, people.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you, bye.